Hi there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Matchstick Gamer here, and today I'm doing a review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 20. So in this review, I'm more or less going to talk about what went down in the episode and what differences there were between the episode and the Resurrection F movie. So of course we open up, Frieza's finally out of the healing chamber, does all of his stuff, and instead of immediately killing one of his soldiers to test his power, he's sitting there more or less talking to Sobrat and Torbe, or Sorbet, or whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce their names. Anyways, going forward, so he's talking to the two of his henchmen that happen to be there, the short one and the bald one, if you don't know who I'm talking about, and they're just discussing, talking about Frieza wants to commit his ultimate revenge scheme. And he starts, talking about, so I've been dead for a long time. This is what happened to my people, or my army and such. And continuing forward from there, eventually, the tall, bald one, much like in the movie, pisses off Frieza. But here's another key difference from the movie and the episode. Frieza then proceeds, instead of lifting him up with telekinesis somehow and then blasting him through the big window, the big window in the healing area, instead Frieza just pumps him through full of holes with, I'm guessing, a weaker version of the Death Beam, which, of course, he falls to the ground, and I'm not sure if he's dead, but he's certainly not getting back up anytime soon. I guess we'll find out if he's dead next episode or not, whenever Frieza invades. Continuing from there. Frieza then proceeds to talk, if I trained and stuff, I could get much more powerful. However, unlike the movie, Frieza does not mention what his power level could be. I think this was, Toriyama doing damage control on that line because he realized, oh wait, that's not a significant enough power increase. And of course, he didn't know I guess he wouldn't know what be a good amount to increase Frieza's power level to for it to make sense, so instead he just leaves it ambiguous, meaning that he leaves it up to the fans to sit there and take a guess at. No power level was actually mentioned this time, which I think is actually more or less a good thing. It probably would have been a little bit better if he would have given a power level, but I think no matter what he would have said, even if he would have said, oh, my power level would be 1 quintillion, or a Googleplex, or whatever number, that still wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't satisfy fans. You have to. So I think it's just best that Toriyama would have left it ambiguous. Because then that just brings up a lot of questions like, wait. If his power level is this, then how come, then that brings up a lot of questions about these characters and such. Anyways. So, yeah, Frieza's power level was not mentioned. His potential power level was not mentioned. And bear in mind, frankly, I feel in the movie, whenever they said that power level, Frieza was estimating. For all we know, Frieza may not be very good at estimating power levels. It's never been explicitly stated he was good at it or bad at it, for that matter. So, Frieza was just estimating, in that regard, on how much of a power increase he would get. We also have to bear in mind he's been dead for a while, so who knows how much his mind's been messed up from having to deal with what he considers to be horrors, but to us, while it wouldn't necessarily be a horror, it'd probably be minorly annoying if that was what the hell was like. But, going from there, so we, see Goku and Vegeta training on, Planet Beerus, as we're gonna call it, and, they're training, and of course, Whis is out there watching them, and they stop for a second, and Whis explains, hey, you need to do this, and this, and this. It's something about focusing your ki to a 5 point. So as not to use up so much power. Because that way they do more damage for less ki. So, Goku and Vegeta are fighting, and go back to sparring, I guess, and then their fists collide, and I'm guessing the Super Saiyan Blue energy just flows off of them, and it's like, whoa, like they're both shocked, they're looking at their fists, looking at each other like, how did we do that? And I'm like, Whis, of course, also being shocked, goes, wow, they're improving much faster than I thought. So, Whis is even shocked by how quickly they're progressing, which I guess that speaks volumes if a guy that more or less has been training the god of destruction for who knows how long, and also been, training himself for who knows how long. That must be pretty impressive. That has to be a significant increase if they impress him that much. Now, I'm not saying it's so huge, like, oh, it's mind-blowing, but it was enough to get Whis' attention. Moving forward, of course, Beerus comes out, and, he's all sleepy, just like in the movie, but here's where, he sneezes, and the energy blast flies by Goku and Vegeta. They didn't have to avoid it, it just went past them and hit a planet. And of course, Whis says, oh, well, there's no need to fix that. So it already implies that they're going to do the rewind thing again, just like in the movie with that, because they wouldn't bring up that line without the implication. So they are going to rewind time, based on what we can gather there. Anyways, Beerus then proceeds to ask, how they got there, and then they explained, oh, Whis brought us here talking, Goku and Vegeta talking. And then it occurs to Beerus, oh, you must have bribed him with food, and they go, yep, and then Beerus goes, so, did you bring any for me? And then, Whis says he dropped it, and then, of course, Goku and Vegeta are like, yep, he's very clumsy. And then, Beerus, it then dawns on Beerus, oh, I can tell he's been there a few times, so he, calls Whis out on it, and Whis, looks away casually while trying to keep a straight face, and then comes up with an excuse on the fly of, oh, no, I, was there testing food for you, Lord Beerus. I was your food tester, making sure, what was good. So that way Beerus wouldn't try to, do anything, not at least to stop him, but still. Now, a difference there was, in the movie, of course, Beerus did call him out on it, but Whis did actually have food that time for him. It was pizza, but in this, the food was dropped, so, and I believe the food weren't pizza that he was carrying. I believe he was carrying, like, like some sort of bento or something full of, sushi and stuff like that for Beerus, but he dropped it on the way there. Now, unfortunately, they do a time skip, about 6 months or so, and I did not like this because I actually wanted to see Frieza's training, and I wanted to see more of Goku and Vegeta's training. I really wanted to see what more training Whis would put them through, like what kind of stuff was he going to do. I would have liked it even more if they would have given us more accurate feats to go off of, but again, they could have made a mistake, because like, back during the Majin Buu saga, they said Goku could lift 40 tons in base form, and granted, in fairness, Goku had been training, so he could have been tired. We don't know how long he was training for, and had a break. But he goes Super Saiyan, and it's quite easy. So it'd be kind of bad if they put in some sort of feat for us, I guess, in that regard, especially if Toriyama messed it up and said, oh, it's still 40 tons. It's like, wait, so the Super Saiyan Blue form isn't that much of an increase in power? Super Saiyan God, nothing that much? So, yeah, it's best if they just leave that ambiguous, too. So, yeah, then there's the 6-month skip. We don't get to see Frieza's training. We don't get to see any more training with Goku and Vegeta. And, Jaco comes there, warns Bulma, hey, Frieza's on his way with 1,000 men. Okay, lovely. And, of course, everybody gets mad, and Jaco gets a little scared whenever he finds out Trunks and Goten are Saiyans and lets them play in his ship. So, even Jaco recognizes the power of a Saiyan whenever they're matured enough, but anyways. And ultimately, they all find out Frieza's coming, everybody gets together, flies to where the battlefield's going to be, and the ship arrives, and the episode more or less ends there, roll credits. So, overall, I did like this episode. Again, there are just things I like to see, things I think they did a good job on. I'm glad they did not say Frieza's power level in this, because then that more or less fixes the issue that everybody had where, oh, what the heck, So, that doesn't make sense. His power level only goes up by that much, and they've been training for this many years. It doesn't make any freaking sense. So, that was good. I would have liked to see more training from Goku and Vegeta. I would have liked to see what kind of training Frieza did. Now, in fairness, they may do a flashback or something during all this. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe they do a few flashback episodes where they show Frieza's training, what Frieza had to do to get to where he was. So, maybe I'm calling it a little too early on that. So we'll wait and see what happens. So it is possible. We also may get to see a little bit more. We also may see a flashback episode of Goku and Vegeta training as well. But anyways, before we end it, we didn't see who got to go Super Saiyan Blue first, whether it be Goku or Vegeta, like who achieved it first. However, in fairness, and this is just my humble opinion as a fan, I do believe that they achieved it at the exact same time, because Goku and Vegeta punched each other, as I said earlier, and the energy of the form flew off both of them. So I think in that very instance, both of them achieved the form. Also like to point out in this episode, before the time skip, mind you, Vegeta and Goku did admit that Vegeta is stronger than him. And Goku, of course, didn't really care, and then Vegeta, of course, saying, this little, bit of power being above you isn't enough. I want to get stronger. So Vegeta, even though he's achieved his goal of becoming stronger than Goku, still wants to maintain his lead. Even if it is only a little, that still isn't enough. He wants it to be a significant lead. I guess he wants to know what Goku felt like for all them years being so far ahead of Vegeta. Now, after the 6-month skip, who knows? Maybe they are completely even now. Who knows what happened? But anyways, I want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my official Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch page. All linked down below in the description. Stay tuned to the end to watch that Indiegogo project I'm working with. Greatly appreciated if y'all would. We're doing very well on it, and if any of y'all donated, thank you very, very much. But anyways, yeah, and I guess I got nothing else left to say, so peace! Alright, thank you everyone for staying tuned to the end here, where I can talk about the little Indiegogo project I'm associated with. So, as y'all may or may not be aware of by now, I've talked about it 100 times on the show, we have the Monstars Plush Gaming, or Anime Gaming and Cosplay Addicts project going on over here. The goal of the project is to raise $7,000 to make a plushie of the mascot of a company known as Gaijin USA Incorporated. Now, if you're not familiar with the company, perhaps you're familiar with one of their other products if you attend anime conventions or just conventions in general on a regular basis. The Starbots. The Starbots, to put it in simplified terms, is a anime and gaming merchandise mystery box, and all that essentially means is it's a box full of random gaming and anime items, and most likely you will enjoy. I've sold a few, seen some awesome stuff come out of them. Most memorably for me personally, I sold a box. A guy opened it and he got a bathrobe themed after Goku's gi from Dragon Ball Z. And I so wish I would have bought that box, but oh well, my loss, his gain. But yeah, I'll leave a link down below to the website in case you're interested in buying one of their awesome boxes. It's always random stuff, so you never know what you're gonna get. We most often never put the same stuff in a box, but either way, moving on. So we currently have $600 raised for this project, and we hope to get the remainder that we need in 31 days. So $7,000, and we got 600 of it raised. We have some interesting incentives to maybe make you, donate a little more if you're interested. For $3, get you an awesome little button that says I donated, and here's a picture of it here. And, if you donate $19, you actually get a plushie. You donate $40, you get 2 of them. You donate $90, you get 3 of them. And if you donate a whopping $200, you get a anime and gaming mystery box, also known as the Mega Box, and 4 Monstar plushies. So, awesome, right? Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with their backstory, here it is. No one really knows where they came from. The crew of a cargo ship discovered them in an unmarked box that mysteriously appeared in their hold. They have been part of the ship's crew ever since. There always seems to be more and more of them popping up. They love anime and video games to the point they tried to eat geeky items when it's sighted. They even found reading manga, playing games, and cosplaying when they're not helping Starla and the crew procure more rare items to transport for a fee. Now, here's a little basic spec sheet of what the Monstar look like. Here is a basic prototype looking one above here, and we've actually just ordered the prototype. In fact, while we're on topic, please go to Facebook and look for us. We're on there. You can go to our little event page and keep track of the events there if you don't want to stay tuned here. And that about covers everything. We do eventually plan on making a cosplay line. An example of one's here, a red one wearing, obviously, a Link cosplay from The Legend of Zelda. Now, before I go, just to be clear, The Monstar will not be this color. It will be blue because blue is the cheapest and simplest to make. It will not be green. It will be blue. So that covers everything. I want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Make sure to donate if you can give a little bit to this. You know, if you can give $1, give $1. If you can give more, give more. If you can't give any, then at the very least, help spread the word about us. And to those of you that have donated so far, thank you very, very much. We greatly appreciate it. Anyways, that'll be all, and yeah, peace. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z/Kai, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. I do not claim to own any of these. The video and any images that appear were used under fair use.